Now let's find out what's happening on social media. Let's go live to the Social Media Analytics Command Center.
Thanks a lot, guys. As you were saying, it was a busy weekend in the NFL this past Sunday. And let's take a look at one of the biggest clips. And I assure you, this isn't a clip from 2016. This is Cam Newton back in a Panthers uniform, rushing one in for a touchdown. As you see, great block there by McCaffrey as he hurdles his way in. Cam Newton was excited afterwards, to say the least, letting everyone know that he's back, and he's certainly hoping that the change of scenery, return to a familiar place, could be beneficial for him, hoping to return to his MVP form. And for the Panthers, they're just hoping for some consistency at quarterback, because currently they're paying Cam Newton's replacement and Teddy Bridgewater, who they bought out and now plays for the Denver Broncos, Cam Newton's replacement's replacement, Sam Darnold, who's currently injured, and then now they're paying for Cam Newton to once again replace Cam Newton's replacement, if that makes any sense. Panthers are one of the many teams in the NFL with an uncertain quarterback situation, but if Cam Newton can not even return to MVP form, anywhere close to where he was in 2016, he could be a welcome addition to a scrappy Panthers squad. Look at some other NFL teams. This is a familiar sight for ISU fans, as James Robinson, back off the injury he had a couple weeks ago, was able to pound one into the end zone. We'll see if I can pull that up here. As he was out last week with an injury, and we see here he was able to punch in a 1-yard touchdown for the Jaguars, who were trying to make a game against the Indianapolis Colts, and that made Robinson's 6th touchdown of the season, which leads the struggling Jacksonville Jaguars. So if they're hoping to turn their season around, feeding Robinson the ball might be the best way to do that. And moving to the Big Ten with some college football, it was a tough loss on Saturday for the Indiana Hoosiers, who fell to the bottom dwellers in Rutgers, 38-3. Indiana came into the season with some very high hopes, but after a loss to Rutgers, they're really seeing their season slip away from them. But that wasn't the biggest story, that big loss. Somehow, there was a congregation in the upper deck of their stadium as a group of students were hanging out in the upper deck with their shirts off, despite the massive loss their team was going on. Nobody really knows how it got started or why it is they were doing it, but it was not enough to spark the Hoosiers to a win. They will try to get their season back on track next week. That's all I got for this gridiron craziness here up on the SMACC. Blake and Joe, back to you down in the studio.